It's important to acknowledge how you feel and to be able to.
I never knew, or I never.
Have you ever talked to
processed
anybody
it.
about this?
No, that's why it's crazy that I'm actually saying this on YouTube.
This is the first time that you've ever said
Besides
this?
my own siblings, nobody never knew this.
9 years, it was all good.
It was decent. I ain't gonna say.
Right.
great,
Nothing was
it
perfect,
decent.
but there was no violence.
Yeah, it was no
For 9
violence.
years? What was it, do you think, that made the violence start happening a year ago?
I don't even know how to say how I feel because nobody never cared or nothing.
To
so
even
I never
ask.
even cared to, I don't know.
See, this is the reason why I ask these questions.
I just always looked at his life and wondered how he me and he living a good life and I've been struggling my whole life. Cause it seems like everybody who did me wrong always lived a good life and I always struggled.
What's up, YouTube? Back in the lab with KD for the summertime. And this time I got my hitters with me. If you want to get this work, hit up at KD with the muscle on Instagram. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
Great.
All right. So are you homeless?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, and so how old are you?
41.
41, you look great. And so how long have you been homeless?
I'm gonna say about a week now.
About a week. And so what happened a week ago that caused you to become homeless?
Well, I just went through an abusive relationship with my kid's dad, and I'm pretty much just got on the bus from Ohio and came to Georgia, and now I'm just trying to figure it out and start over.
Okay. So is the same dad for all three kids?
Yep.
Okay, and so how old is the oldest?
10,
And how young is the youngest?
7,
Okay, so kind of back to back type deal?
pretty much.
All right. So you guys must have been together for a while.
10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
When would you say the violence started?
I'm gonna say about a year ago.
So at 9 years, it was all good?
It was decent. I ain't gonna say.
Right.
great.
Nothing was
Real
perfect,
decent.
but there was no violence.
Yeah, it was no
For 9
violence.
years? What was it, do you think, that made the violence start happening a year ago?
Probably drinking, a lot of drinking.
So he started drinking a lot?
Yeah, heavy.
Okay. Were like the police called and stuff like that?
Yes, I had to call the police. He pulled guns on me like 3 times. I probably should have left a year ago, but I was just being dumb.
Well, I mean, and, y'all
Stayed.
have history, y'all have kids, so it's understandable, but, okay, so, all right. So you guys were together for this long time. I mean, what type of stuff were y'all arguing about to where it escalated to the more violent stuff?
It would be even nothing. We could just be sitting there, everything could be good, and we'd just be arguing about, I could say the sky blue and that'd turn into an argument. It just was everything.
Okay.
Every day, all day.
I get it. I'm gonna ask a couple questions, right?
Okay.
Was there like infidelity and things like that in the relationship?
Definitely, yes.
Was that on both sides?
No, his side.
So that was just on his side?
Just his side only.
Okay. You never cheated?
Never.
Never?
Never cheated
Okay.
on him. Even through all the stupid stuff, never.
Okay, so the infidelity was on his side. So I mean, did he lose a job or something, or like, did something like?
He never lost a job because I was the one working, and he was the stay-at-home dad, which I was fine with that because
He was like the street
he
guy
didn't
doing
keep
like
a
his.
job. Yeah.
Well, he was doing his like entrepreneur street thing or whatever.
I tried to make him do that, but he wasn't on that either. He really just was a criminal-minded person that I tried to change, and it just didn't work.
So let's talk about
And I
that,
brought
right?
myself down trying to save him, actually.
Right. So all right. So I'm gonna put a pin in that right there. Have you ever been married?
No.
No. Okay. So let's just start from the beginning. So, where you from?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
You from here?
Yes.
Where about?
Lithonia. I actually
Man, she run that
was born
east
and
side.
raised
Okay.
in Atlanta.
Hey man, shout it out, man.
Lithonia.
Shout the ATL out. Shout out that east side, man.
Definitely
Shout out
the
that
east
L
side,
town
east side.
all day, man. All right, and so
Look,
growing up in
so different.
Lithonia, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
No, I was born and I aged out of defects, pretty much.
Okay,
So-
so all the way through 18.
Yep.
Did you ever meet your biological
I
parents?
knew them. They just had major drug problems.
Okay, so they had drug issues going on.
Yeah.
So growing up in the system, would you say that you had a fairly normal childhood?
I feel like I did. My foster parents were pretty great. They still help me to this day with my kids and everything.
Okay, good. So you had a good childhood. You ended up like going to high school, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Graduated.
Got my GED. I didn't graduate.
What was the highest grade you got to when you dropped out?
11th.
11th? What made you drop out in the 11th?
My real mom passed away, and I don't know. Just was tired of going anyway, I guess.
What school?
Lithonia High School.
Man, shout out Lithonia, man. The old Lithonia too, not the new one. The old Lithonia.
High.
Okay, but so, what did your foster parents have to say about that? Like, they just let you just drop out?
Well, by the time I was like old enough to drop out, I don't even think I was with them anymore. I was.
I mean, 11th grade is like kind of like 16 type deal.
Yeah, I was pretty much on my own kind of.
Well, what do you mean?
Then.
Like, you wasn't 18 yet, so why was you out on your own? Like, help us to understand.
Just, I guess since I didn't have a mom, I did whatever I wanted to do, kind of. So I was always living on and off with different friends, running the streets. I'm not even gonna lie, and just being a bad teenager.
No, I get it. I get it. Why do you think you was choosing to do that, even though you had like the stability at home? Why was it? Because of the unresolved feelings of your biological parents not being there, or what was it?
I don't know. Probably just bad influence, and I fell into it.
I'm gonna ask, right? It's a tough question, but did anything like ever happen to you when you was younger?
Like
any type of like assault or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been like sexually abused and all that stuff. Even
What
by
age?
my own biological father before.
What?
Before, and I might sound crazy saying that on
No,
YouTube,
you don't sound crazy at all.
I'm telling the real, cause
well, that's what we asked for. So okay, so what age did that happen with your dad?
I was like 11.
How did that? So you was living with the foster family? Did you just go to meet him or something?
But I was always with my foster parents, but then my real mom ended up getting off drugs and trying to better
Being
herself.
y'all lives, right?
So she got us back for a minute, and then just introduced us to our biological dad, and then that's when that happened.
How did it? Well, okay. How did it happen? Like, she introduced you. Did you say hi, pull off your pants or whatever, and this and that? Like, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, tell it. How did it happen?
It was just like, I guess when she got us back, she was married to a like 80-year-old man, and he actually was molesting me and my sister, who was 3 at the time, and
how old were you?
I was 8 when she.
What type of stuff we talking about? Like, we talking about just like touching and
just
stuff?
Touching.
Okay.
The foster. I mean, my.
The 80-year-old, right?
Yeah. Y'all,
your
please
stepdad.
calm down, though.
You're right.
Yes, my stepdad, I guess.
Right, he was right. Married to your mom. I got you.
Yep. And then
hold on, real quick. What's going on, brother?
My mom just brought my real dad into the house, even with my stepdad there, and I guess it was just drugs.
Hold
and
on,
all
real
kind
quick.
of stuff.
Can I help you with something, bro?
No, you good?
Okay, good. All right. You want to kind of step over here a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Step out the camera too, guys. Can y'all stop running all over the place? Stay kind of close.
Oh, they're kids. As long as they don't get in the water, they'll be fine. All right.
Definitely
They'll
don't
do what
do
they
that.
do. Look, everybody gonna make sure they're good out here. So that's the one good thing about out here. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, did he do this the first time y'all met?
No, it was actually, he was living there for a while. He actually put her back on drugs, and it was a lot going on in that
So
house.
this was like over like the course of months.
Yeah, about months.
And so when did he actually do it? Like,
I'm gonna say when he first came into the house, my mom sent me with him to go meet my grandmother, and it happened in my supposed grandma's house. And
what did he say or what did he do? Like,
I was asleep, and he just like took my pants off and then just started trying to have sex with me. Pretty much.
Was that the
and
first
I'm not
time?
Gonna, yes, he actually took my virginity. I didn't even get to lose it the right way. It was stolen.
how did that make you feel? Like, I want to ask in several places. So first of all, in that moment, how did that make you feel?
I didn't even
What
know
were your
how
thoughts,
to feel
or what
because
was-
I never even knew him, so I didn't even really know how to feel. But as
Well,
I
at that
got
point, you
older,
did know him though, right? Because
I just had met him.
right.
So as I got older, I feel like it affected me more than at that point.
How do you think it affected you?
Like, I don't know. It's just creepy to know that your own daddy that's supposed to protect you was the one who hurt you the most. And even with my relationships, like I don't like people touching me certain kind of ways. It's just a lot mentally.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. I mean, so was that like a one-time thing or was it ongoing?
It happened like twice.
Happened twice?
Yeah.
The second time was you also asleep?
Then my mom, I don't think she knew about it at first, but she found out, and she knew about kind of my stepdad.
So hold on, so real quick, because there's a lot to unravel, but I just want to, but real quick, so the second time that he did it, was you also asleep?
No.
You was awake that time?
I was up.
And how did that go down?
He just came in the room, and then it just happened.
You didn't like tell him, like, you didn't try to like tell him stop or nothing?
The first time I did, and I tried to fight it off. I even tried screaming and stuff, that nothing happened. Second time it didn't even
let it happen because it was just like, you didn't think there was nothing you could do about it.
Yeah.
How much space was in between the two incidents? Was it like a week in between, a day in between, maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months?
I'm gonna say maybe a month.
Okay, so this was like fairly close to where you still had that memory firmly in your head, and it was fairly recent. And so he did it again. How did your mom end up finding out that he did that?
Maybe mother's intuition. I don't know, because she knew that my stepdad was doing that too. But as a kid, I blamed her, but now she was on drugs, so maybe she just wasn't in the right mind to care enough to call the police. I don't know.
When you think about that in hindsight, how does that make you feel?
I don't even know how to feel. I ain't gonna lie, I don't feel no kind of way. I just have to keep going every day.
Well,
like
and well, you definitely have to keep going, right? But it's important to acknowledge how you feel, and to be able to.
I never knew, or I never.
Have you ever talked to anybody about this?
No, that's why it's crazy that I'm actually saying this on YouTube.
This is the first time that you've ever said this?
Besides my own siblings, nobody never knew this. And it's actually a little embarrassing, but
well, I'm gonna tell you what.
It's my life.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. First of all, we've heard many similar stories on this channel. So there's nothing for you to be embarrassed about. That's the first thing. Okay. The second thing is, I can almost guarantee you that at the end of this conversation, you're gonna feel so much better, because you're releasing this to the world. You've been holding this inside of you, and that's dangerous. That's toxic. You gotta get it out, let it out, and don't let it have power over you anymore. And so that's what I'm hoping that is gonna be. That's what the normal result of these conversations are. Especially when it's their first time saying it. That's powerful. And I applaud you for that. I applaud you for that, seriously. And you know, I know that you're laughing through your pain.
That's why I don't even know how to say how I feel, because nobody never cared or nothing.
To even ask.
Even cared to, I don't know.
See, this is the reason why I ask these questions. This is the reason why I get into the deeper parts of your life and these conversations, because those deeper traumas surely affect the way you go about making decisions and everything that you do. Yeah. And especially, like I say, when it comes to the guys that you choose, right? Yeah. And so, wow, so that's heavy. That's heavy. And so when you got older, is your mom still living, by the way?
No, she
passed. Yes, that's right. You said that. I'm sorry about that. Man, like, do you still have like a lot of unresolved feelings about that stuff?
I think I do. I just gotta keep going, like I said, because I feel like letting it get to me not gonna help. Talking
it is gonna help. It's definitely gonna help, because you have to acknowledge the emotions that are inside you and process them, so that they're not just there unprocessed, wreaking havoc. You have to process them. And so you know, I'm a spark, but you know, I also encourage, right, to be able to talk to a professional, things like that. Once you get everything in line, you know, you get your medical stuff, you get this, you get that. Being able to talk to somebody is invaluable.
It is.
And so,
I need my kids to talk to somebody too.
Yeah, no doubt, especially with some of the traumatic things that they may have seen with your guy or whatever. So okay, so So, all right, were those the only incidents like that occurred, or were there
Yeah.
more?
Other than that, it was just those two people.
Mm. Man, is your dad still living?
No, he died too. But
Whew.
he died maybe like 2 years ago, actually.
So here's one of the things that I do, right? And just kind of bear with me. But if you could tell your dad how that affected you, if you could, if he somehow could hear this in heaven, and you could tell him how it made you feel, how it affected you, what would you tell him?
I don't know. To be honest, I never really cared. I just always looked at his life and wondered how he me and he living a good life, and I've been struggling my whole life. Cause it seems like everybody who did me wrong always lived a good life, and I always struggled. That's the only thing I ever thought in my whole life. Why everybody have a good life, and I always, no matter what I do, just be down.
Do you have questions to? Would you have questions to him about why he did that?
I don't even think I care. Cause it's just creepy. Cause what kind of
I was about to say, man, I have I have two daughters.
Something like that.
I have two daughters, okay? 13 and about to be 15.
Oh wow.
And so I literally can't even imagine having a thought like that.
Right. It's a kid. Like,
It's
kids don't even
so
have
crazy.
Proper body
Not
parts.
just a kid, it's your kid.
That's-
Your kid, like, came out of your seed. Let's just, yeah. So okay, so I wanted, because I wanted to, yeah, definitely, you know, I wanted to ask about, so, you know, the guy that you ran from, is he like this, you know, is he like looking for you guys or something, or?
Well, no, I had to call the police on him because he kept pulling guns on me and in front of my kids, and he beat me up kind of bad, so I had no choice.
How did you meet this guy?
When I moved to Ohio, I met him.
Why'd you move to Ohio?
Well, I just have family up there, and I was kind of struggling down here. And I just said, why not move to Ohio and try to get a better life? And I did have a better life up there for a moment. Just baby daddy problems brought me back. So, and I don't mind, because I'm hoping I can come back here and start over better than I left. So.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. Well, listen, on that note, if anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have any way that they could do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
This is a crazy thing. I just broke my phone like yesterday, and that's kind of why we out here, because my Cash App card is locked, and since my phone broke, I can't even get back into my Cash App, and all my money is on there. So I just been trying to figure out how to.
Well, I mean, when you get a new phone,
kids.
when you get a new phone, you'll be able to like log back into your Cash App, right?
If I get a new phone, because I'm barely feeding them, so I can't even worry about a phone right now.
Well, I get it. So I mean, so let's, you know, we're gonna do a little bit more than what we said for the interview.
They went around that corner? Don't say maybe. Can you go look and tell them to come here, please, Miss Lady? I just saw them over there.
They're probably right around there, but we're gonna go check in a second. But we'll do a little bit more than what we said, okay? As far as for the interview. And do you have like Instagram or Facebook?
I do have Facebook. I'm Tamika Robinson on Facebook. Tomika Robinson. Instagram.
I hear him.
Creative Excellence on Instagram.
Okay, spelled as it sounds.
See,
Well, tell them to come here, and I'm gonna.
He can pay for them. He got some money. CreativExcellence.
Okay, the way it's spelled. All right, the way it sounds. All right. Listen, like I say, I mean, we really appreciate it. Definitely a big hug after this. All right, and you definitely wish you nothing but the best. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, sweetie, no doubt. All right, so real quick, I never got the Cash App. So what is it?
$ TKR 1983.
Okay, just in case anybody wanted to reach out and donate. Okay.
Okay.
All right, sweetie.
That was awesome.